best thing about live radio is you never know what's going to happen. It's Pirate Radio, it's Thursday night, Jay Fresh and friends rolling through with some legendary records right there. Some records I produced with a good friend of mine, Preds UK, and we kicked off that little section with a record from Offcourse called 2 Degrees. And if you just looked in right now, you know what? It's time for another interview, Jay Fresh and friends. The show is not only brand new music and brand new energy, it's artists doing bits and pieces as well. And my guy, Offcourse, is in the building. Welcome, brother.
Fresh. What we telling them, man?
You know what? Some people, their timing is just spot on, bro.
You're gonna get him.
I'm not gonna get you because the first time I'm gonna say, "Where's Preds?"
Yeah, for real. Preds, where you at, man? What's happening? You're supposed to be here.
Yeah, big up to Preds, who, well, he's my brother still, but you know, when people say to me, look, you know, Fresh, you just released a record with some sick artists, one being, of course, one being Preds UK, and they say to me, who's your favourite artist out of the two? Well, we know right now there's no contest, bro.
Of course.
We said that, man. Is this your first time at Pyro?
No, it's not, you know, I've been there before.
Experienced veteran, you know exactly what's going on, brother. But listen, man, it's good to have you here. We kicked off that little section, like I said, with 2 Degrees.
Yeah, man, big tune.
It's the first record that I kind of really got to know about you.
Yeah.
About that. And, you know, talk to us about that record, man. That was a record that I feel went a little bit under the radar because it was dope.
You know what it was is 2 Degrees for me was about really showing my lyrical ability, really showing my pen. I'd released a few songs before that, but I didn't really showcase that I can rap. And this was almost like a statement track for me to say, yo, I'm here, I can rap. And I'd also been going through some stuff in the time in the industry, etc. So it was also an opportunity to just kind of get a few things off my chest.
Yeah, man.
And that's primarily 2 Degrees, and obviously I have 2 degrees, so I really wanted to showcase my educational background.
Little humble bragging, there, get that in there, bro.
Just my educational background, and just to show. I mean, the whole point was it was just kind of to say you can have an education and rap. Like, shouts to all my rappers in the game now that have got degrees, etc. You know what I mean, doing big things. But yeah, so that was kind of really what 2 Degrees was about.
Because what I find interesting is that loosely you can look at maybe rappers and go, right, there's the conscious side of things, or there's like the party side of things.
That's it.
And then is there now a third category that we're calling substance?
Yeah,
do you fit in that category?
I do fit in that. I do
yes,
fit in that.
Yes.
I do. You know what it is? I don't want to be preachy. I do want to be a rapper with a message, but I don't really want to preach. There are some artists that
is that difficult to get that balance?
It's very difficult, but I just can just be myself, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't really want to point fingers and be like, yo, you should be doing this. This is how you should be living when, you know what I mean? I'm not perfect. So yeah, man, that's just kind of, I'm just a reflection of a lot of people out there, like, you know what I mean? That are just in between both worlds.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Now, this is the first time we've connected on radio, so I always like to ask questions about your musical influences, either records or artists you were exposed to growing up.
Should have prepped me, man. You didn't prep me.
I have to. This is not on the spot, bro. This is a nice, gentle interview. Here at Pyro, they know what I'm like. But no, man, just interested because everyone's got their own story. So for you, like your household growing up, or when you started to kind of pick up the pen and start to write lyrics, who were those kind of influences?
All right, so, mate, growing up, I was just listening to the Huncho interview, and it's not much different to kind of same influences. So we listened to a lot of Biggie, Tupac, Dre,
Locks,
all of that, man. And that was when I first got into hip hop / rap. And even when I was young, I was always rapping. I was always emulating Biggie, Mace, all of those guys.
Diddy Bop.
Yeah, all of that, man. Like, you know what I mean? All at the family parties. My mum, who shouts to my mum now, I know she's listening. She introduced me to pretty much all of the music that I used to listen to back then, and
those kind of artists.
Yeah, those artists.
See, so I think that's amazing when family members are like that. Cause
she was on point.
When people ever ask me, and I'm like, well, my household was not musical at all. Like, it was never a place where records were played, because they were records. The radio wasn't played. It was kind of devoid of music.
Nah.
So
not in my house.
When people stand there and like, yeah, so my mum was like, you know, here's the new Nas one. I'm like, what? My mind is blown.
Nah, my mum introduced me to Biggie.
Sick.
Yeah. My mum and her friends introduced me to Biggie, so that was kind of how I got started. But
wow.
Yeah, man. But I didn't really start writing my own lyrics really till recently, to be fair, because I just, like, growing up, music, when growing up, it was a thing, but you know what I mean, it was like you had to be in a gang kind of thing to kind of put out music. Like you had to kind of roll in like a crew. Like do you know what I mean? And that weren't really me, to be honest with you. So I didn't really like putting out music weren't really a thing. And by the time it was kind of okay to kind of not be in a gang or a crew, i.e. the Tiny Tempers, the Kanye West, you know what I mean, I was knee deep in education, and I just wanted to kind of carry on with that. Like,
so how are you finding that balance at the moment? Because we're going to talk about the new record in just a moment, but you know, you are quite vocal about, you know, your education background and, you know, what you do away from music. So how is that balance? Because some people do struggle with the balance of.
Well, I'm late today.
I never said that, bro. No, that was late. You were literally bang on to the second.
Listen, it's hard, man. It's hard because, but I'm very active. Like, I'm very active. I do it, like, you know what I mean, I like to go to the gym. Obviously, I like to make music. You know what I mean? I got the other bits and pieces. I sell clothing, as you know. I'm doing Spanish lessons.
Time management is very important.
I mean? It's yeah, man. I'm a busy guy, so yeah, it's not easy. But boy, music's my passion, and I listen to music every day, like literally every day. Whatever I'm doing, I'm listening to music. So yeah, man, I just try and balance it as best as I can, bro. You know what I mean? With no sleep.
That's the thing, innit? I'm here rubbing my eyes. Yeah, like, I'm very engaged and interested to what you're saying, but the camera on me is not doing me favours.
No sleep, that's it, man.
Trying to stay awake out here.
We love it.
If you're just locked in, welcome to Pyro Radio. It's Jay Fresh and Friends, my last guest. But that doesn't mean he's not the most valuable on today's show is, of course. We're going to get him and Preds UK lined up to chat about our collaborative record. Fortunately, Preds can't make it, but we're more than making up for it, do not worry. Now, we're going to play the record. The title of the record is interesting. You just touched on that subject. So people might look at a record called My Gang and they might get a certain perception or have a view of it straight away. But the message you got across in the record was something quite different.
The opposite. I'm trying to change the narrative of the word gang. You think of gang, it kind of, even I believe in Oxford Dictionary, if you put in the word gang, it says a group of criminals or someone in criminal activity.
That's mad.
But that's a noun. If you use it as a verb, then it's just a collective, a group. So yeah, it kind of really bothered me because I don't see a gang as necessarily doing anything negative. Like a gang to me is just a group of friends. That's what I grew up on. It was just a group of things. So a group of friends. So yeah, man, it was just kind of, my gang was just kind of just celebrating my gang, my people, my friends, and what we're dealing with and what we're about and what we like. And yeah, just trying to really just, as I said, change the narrative of what the term gang actually means, man.
Yeah, wicked. I'd love you to introduce the record, please, bro. Let me just take that down low. That it's over. It's over to you now, mate.
Yo, it's Offcourse here. We're about to introduce the biggest record of the summer right now. It's My Gang with myself, Preds UK, Fresh. Give it to them.
Jay Fresh. Brand new music for you right there. Myself, Offcourse, and Preds UK with My Gang. A record that's really building up steam, building up the heat ahead of the summer. It's a summertime banger, my G. Are we allowed to say that? Or is that really like self-indulgent?
It's the summertime banger. The banger of the year. Biggest track of the year.
Definitive. Get it out there. That's the energy that we love right here at Pyro. If you've just joined us, Jay Fresh and Friends, moving towards the last half hour of the first show of May. And you've already missed some sick guests. We've had Mark Jones over at M Huncho live in the place. Loads of brand new music from the world of hip-hop and grime. And right now joining me on the other side of the desk here at Pyro is my brother, Offcourse. It's good to have you here, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having me, brother.
I noticed you brought some refreshment with you, some liquid refreshment.
Yeah, you know, just the super malt. Shout out to my super malt lovers out here.
Are we out there with that early endorsement? I'm looking for my bottle, but I can't quite see it. I could just see you drinking from one bottle, and I knew you would never do that to
me. Next time I got you.
You would never do that to me.
I got you.
So the record is out right now on all the usual sites. The video dropped on GRM last week.
Yeah.
You happy with the reception of the video so far?
What's the numbers looking like, Fresh?
I haven't checked. I've been on air, bro. I think we're doing all right,
We're doing all right, mate. We're doing all right. We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. Now, I'm proud of that video, man. Shouts to Kevin Hudson. He gets it, man. If you don't know who Kevin Hudson is, go do your research. He is a very, very sick videographer responsible for the NSG Options video. Shouts to NSG as well. Yeah, man, he got the vision.
And that's important, getting, especially with what we just touched on, the content and the real messaging into the visuals so it all makes sense. It sounds simple to people listening, but you see examples where it isn't executed well.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. No coffin. But yeah, he gets it. Very experienced. Yeah, even some of the most straightforward, as I'm learning, simple videos are very intricate in terms of delivery. So, you know, you might look at that My Gang video and think it's very simple, but trust me, it was not simple, as you know, Fresh. So
I mean, I enjoyed it.
yeah, it's not simple. So yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving the response. Yeah, good reaction. My biggest to date. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man, we're getting there, and the record is just building up pace and momentum. We can say it because that's factual.
That's it, man.
It's not just gas in a radio studio.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Just wait for Pyro Radio, you know, to stop being late and to playlist it, because other stations have, but you know.
Yeah, they will, man. They will. They always do, bro. Trust me, they always do. They always do, man.
I'm going to get disciplined now as soon as my show is finished. Boom, I'll be like, I need to talk to you, Fresh. But also for yourself as an individual artist, there's a larger body of work you have been working on.
Yeah, that's right, man. Every day I'm working on it.
When's it coming out?
I can't say that, you know. You know what? The date changes all the time. It's, you know, as I'm putting out, as I like finish new music, I'm like, oh, I want to put that on. I want to put that on. And also, I also want to gain momentum as myself as an artist, get more exposure. You know
so are we talking about an EP or a mixtape?
Talking about EP, yeah, EP, just something, just a little cheeky 6-track. Do you know what I mean? I want to put it out soon. I don't want to stall on it too long, but yeah, man.
And what kind of, sorry to cut in, are there any kind of particular features on there that you can let us know about?
This
is radio, come on!
This guy, yeah, that was a good lead-in.
Don't stonewall me, bro.
That was a good lead-in. Yeah, no, we got a few on there. I got one on there, one of my favourite female rappers, UK female rappers.
I was about to say, look, what, Lauryn Hill?
Yeah, no, UK female rappers, dope. I won't say too much, but yeah, she heard the track, loved it, jumped on it, and yeah, that's done. So I'm holding on to that. That might actually be the next single, to be honest with
wicked.
You. But yeah, I won't say too much, but it narrows it down. If you know who the top 5 UK female MCs are, then you can have a guess. And if you follow me on Instagram at offcourse.com, you might have seen that she, you know what I mean, reposted my new track. Shouts to her. So yeah, that's coming.
Normally when I ask that question, people give me a blank look and they don't answer. But you've actually given us quite a lot of information there, bro. So thank you very much.
You have to.
Now, wicked, we are just entering the summer months. So what other bits and pieces have you got on the way? Obviously, you've mentioned the EP, kind of between now and the end of the year that you can let people listening into Pyro know about.
Yeah,
let
really,
fans know about.
Yeah, it's really, it's just still doing more music, adding to the portfolio. As I said, we might drop that feature single that I've got next, depending on, you know what I mean. I think My Gang has the potential to carry for a while, so I don't really want to kill that momentum. I want to really see if we can see that through to at least to the end of the summer.
Like, let it breathe.
Let it breathe, man. Let it breathe. Like, I just found like NSG Options came out in November, and we're
mad.
And we're like in what, May now, and it still goes off.
Still ringing off the
clubs.
Still goes
off. And that was their last track. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just trying to. Like, someone told me I need to create a dance for this My Gang though. I don't know, man. I might put out.
Have you been practicing in front of the mirror?
I might put out a little My Gang challenge, because, like, yeah, singles these days without a dance, man, you might, that momentum, man. So
it's what I find interesting as well is that on one hand, I love the fact there's new music every minute of every day you wake up. As a fan of music, as a broadcast DJ, whatever, that's sick. At the same time, sometimes you are sat there and you're just like, you're drowning in it. You're sent so much. So sometimes letting those records breathe is important.
Yeah, definitely.
Likewise, some people might say, oh, well, unless it's like playground lyrics and it's got a dance, it ain't going to connect. Whereas sometimes that does, but sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to connect.
Exactly, yeah,
so
you're right.
It's approaching it in a way that makes sense for you as well. That's important.
Definitely, 100%. So yeah, apart from that, obviously, you know, I got the clothing, the Offcourse clothing. So a lot of people have been asking me for that. I'm launching some new colours.
Summertime flex.
Yeah, summertime flex. Actually, funny enough, one of the colours is actually what you're wearing today. That I don't know, what would you call that? Salmon.
It's a very manly pink.
Yeah, it's a salmon. I call it a salmon.
We call it salmon. It's like it's very light.
Yeah, pink. Yeah, so one of those. We got the black with the Nipsey blue. Shouts to Nipsey in honor of. That's going to be dropping within the next couple of weeks, actually. Yeah, man, just working hard, staying active, brother. Staying active.
Staying active is a job in itself. Let alone creating content and making records and everything else.
That's it, bro. It's not easy.
But you love it, and we love it, and that's why we're here. You mentioned it just a moment ago. You mentioned the Insta, but what other bits and pieces or socials, or if people want to buy the clothing, how else can people connect with you in the digital world?
So everything's on my website, www.obofcourse.com. That's OBIOFFCOURSE. Instagram, Obi of course, Twitter, Obi of course, Snap, Obi of course, Facebook, Obi of course. Everything's just Obi of course. Keep it simple, man.
Keep it
That's
consistent.
Keep
No,
it
we like
simple.
that, bro.
Keep it consistent, easy, mate. So yeah, man, shout me.
Definitely. Well, listen, thanks a lot for joining us on today's show. Big up Preds wherever you're at. We're going to get both of you in the studio soon, and when your EP comes out, we'll get you back on the show. We'll break it down. We'll get we'll get some freestyles off you.
100%. Yeah.
I'm giving you a heads up this time.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, mate. Whenever you're ready, I'm here, man. Fresh.
Yes.
Love, brother.
My brother. Thank you very much. So
All right,
thanks to Offcourse for joining us on tonight's show. We're just a few minutes away from the next feature, which is half hour.